Everybody right now is interested in trying to figure out matters of public opinion using social media. And in fact, this has become one of the business models of the social media companies. Twitter literally sells a stream of its data. Facebook functionally sells its data by selling you ads targeted to that data. So in both cases, these platforms are completely based around monetizing user data. The trick is we also want to find ways that civilians, whether we're social scientists, whether we're activists, can study this as well. What I started doing along with colleagues at Harvard's Berkman Center almost 10 years ago was saying, let's study the news. So let's look at news websites, newspapers. Over time, let's look at television, radio. Let's bring in any of these sort of political blogs, these things that sort of started as independent projects, but now, like Daily Kos, end up being enormously relevant parts of the political landscape. And so we've been archiving these for almost 10 years now. We make a very powerful search engine available. So you can go into these archives and not only can you pull up things like word frequencies, when did we start talking about Trump? When does he come on the scene? But also articles, headline sentences, all this sort of information about what the different publications are. It's an incredibly powerful set of tools. We made the decision years ago to make this open source. And so not only can you use the tools free of charge by going to Media Cloud and setting up an account, but if you have the skills to do it, you can go to GitHub and just download all of our code and build your own repository around this. And people do. There's work that we've done that now people are replicating with Sciences Po in France to sort of try to understand how the French media system differs from our own. So we're building something that we use for our own research here, but that scholars and some corporations around the globe are using for their own work as well. And my feeling on this is that while I happen to want to use this tool to understand the impacts of Black Lives Matter on coverage of police violence, that's the last big paper that I published around this, I'm fine if people want to use this to understand their brands or to understand their social movements or to understand their favorite sports team. It's out there as a scholarly research that's available to anybody.